Jens, go ahead, please.
Well, I'll start then. I was wondering, now looking ahead, there seems to be a movement that everybody wants to go to London as late as possible for whatever reason. Maybe because of the bubble. And Djokovic will play Mallorca. What is your plan now? When will you go to London?
Well, I haven't heard about it, but I would think that it's definitely because of the bubble. There's no other reason to be there too soon and be in a bubble, you know. So it's just not fun. I mean, I haven't done many of them, you know, but I think if you've been doing it for 9 months, I think you understand maybe why guys are arriving later and later, just because they realize everybody's doing it. So it's not even a competitive advantage, because you will, if you want to play well, you have to stay there for a long time. So I think that's why players are trying for alternative schedules, and I think Novak's schedules, Belgrade worked very well in Paris. That gave him what he wanted, and I think that's also one of the reasons he's playing Mallorca. I didn't know he was playing, and my plan is one that I will discuss when I come home to Switzerland with the team and see what is the best plan now, because I have time to figure it out, so that's good. But I need to get together with the team and just say, like, what is my best schedule. In Paris, I also arrived late. I arrived on Thursday only, and it actually worked out for me also pretty good.
René, go ahead, please. Ist noch stumm. There we go.
Very seldom that you don't do a press in German or Swiss German. What's the point? Do we have to worry about you, since it's 2.5 hours since the match is gone and you haven't shown up? Usually you show up much earlier than.
Yeah, I do, but today I felt like I needed time. I needed time to digest the third set. I was unhappy about how it ended. You know, similar to Geneva in some ways, where I felt like I played actually good in spells, but it was up and down. So yeah, I'd rather keep it simple and short in the press today. I'd rather take my time coming into the press and not just doing it sweaty, heated, not sure what I'm going to say, and just, you know, say wrong things to you guys. So that's the reasons. And yeah, I mean, it had good moments and bad moments in that match. So it's a bit up and down, but that's, I guess, part of the comeback.
Hermione, go ahead.
Hi, Roger. I mean, you kind of just answered it, but just in the third set, when, you know, he was served a lot of aces and it kind of went quickly, just how did you feel about that? I guess after also, you know, thinking about it for a few hours.
Sorry, I didn't understand the very beginning. The question was about? Sorry, you're on mute. Sorry.
Try to unmute again. There we go.
Yeah.
I said you kind of answered it already, but I was wondering just how you felt about the third set.
Oh, the third set. Yeah, I mean, I thought the first set was really good, actually. The second set was okay. And then I guess when I got down a break, I guess I got disappointed in myself that, I was allowing the points to be played the way they were being played. And obviously, like you said, he was serving well in spells. I think I was able to actually returning better, again, also through a period of time. But then at the end, things went very quickly. But it had a lot to do, I believe, with where I was at. I just think the consistency of point for point has not been easy for me since in the comeback, and I knew that that's what it's going to take. But again, the good thing coming out of a match like this against a great player is that I know what I need to think about moving forward, because clearly I need to do a bit better. But overall, I thought also Felix played a great match. He stayed mentally very solid. He showed that he wanted to win, and he was better at the end. So not much there. Maybe it would have anyway made not a difference of how I would have played, that he would have still got me today. But and Halle can be tough to play. You know, I've always struggled here in the early rounds sometimes because baseline rallies are tough to play. You got to be very focused, committed, and sharp. And I was not that anymore in the third set.
Howard, go ahead, please.
Roger, I wanted to ask you, as you'll be heading to Wimbledon shortly, if you can think back to last year in April when the announcement was made that the tournament would be canceled. I'm guessing you already knew you wouldn't be able to play, probably had it been held because of the knee surgery, but I'm wondering what your thoughts were and reaction was to the news that that tournament in particular was not going to be held for the first time in a long time.
Well, I think I was more just shocked more than anything because I think everything happened very quickly. Dubai just got through it, I believe, because there was cases like almost final weekend there with cycling going on in the city or in the country as well. The first cases were really coming up after Asia, and then when Indian Wells got cancelled and the news was around about Miami, you know, I think at this point we were all not sure anymore what was going on. I remember being on council calls and trying to understand the magnitude and when is the clay going to start, and then it literally went within a couple of weeks. Wimbledon was cancelled, so I think everything happened very quickly, and I think we're all shocked equally that it went away, the tournament so fast. But at the end of the day, now looking back, probably was the only reason, the right reason. The thing that surprised me more so than anything is over the last year or so, since the tour came back in with Cincinnati and stuff, is that how many tournaments actually are running and how many tournaments ran with no fans. How the tournaments and the tournament directors and all the people are still wanting to go on with it, which is great for the players to give them an opportunity. But that to me seems a very tough one to do, you know, to run with no fans. Here again, it's minimal fans. So I think overall we can be also very thankful to all the tournament directors who are putting it all on the line for us.
No more questions. Cecil, please.
Hoi Roger.
Hallo.
Hörst du mich?
Ja, hört sich gut.
English. I want to ask, in the third set, your body language kind of seemed very sad or a little bit depressed. Was it just the way you played, or can we exclude any physical issue?
No, I think I was, was not a good attitude from my side. I was disappointed in the way I was feeling on court, the way things were going. That, you know, I'm not getting better spells and all that stuff. I just think the whole difficulty of the comeback got to me as well a little bit. How much I have to push on every point, try to make things happen, and I realized it was not going to be my day. There was nothing I could do. I started to get really negative, you know, and this is not normally how I am by any means. So I think this is not something I'm happy about and proud about, but at the same time, if I look at my 1,500 matches I've played, these things can happen, you know. But the good thing is that I know it will not happen the next time around, and the next time, and the next time that I'm going to be on court. I think that's also one of the reasons I wanted to take the time between the match and the press conferences to truly understand why did I feel this way, speak to Ivan a little bit and just figure it out, and then straight away head up, look forward, don't take any silly decisions right now, just stay positive, and then we take it on to the next goal, which is clearly Wimbledon. So we'll see then when I come back to Switzerland what the schedule is with training and all that stuff, but today was disappointing, no doubt.
Andrew, last question.
Roger, you just mentioned about just sort of thinking about the comeback overall and maybe hasn't been the easiest. But does that also motivate you a little bit as sort of a challenge to sort of test yourself and see what you can and will do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's a huge challenge for me. Everybody who's been in multiple surgeries or a tough surgery knows what I'm talking about. Things don't come simple. They don't come easy. You second guess yourself rather quickly, unfortunately, and that's sometimes the biggest worry is, like the worry of pain or the worry of how you're going to feel the next day, or when you wake up, the first steps, how do they feel? All this stuff, that it takes a little bit of a toll on you sometimes. I felt overall, very good, this last year and something, through this process. I didn't mind the whole rehab process, and all that stuff has been one that I also enjoyed, something different. Look, I was able to stay home with the family, and that was nice from that standpoint. But then, of course, once you get back on the court, you want it so badly like you used to, and then you get disappointed with the performance or shots or a feeling you have, or negativity that creeps in, and you just are a little bit like, that's too bad, why is it happening? And you're just trying to figure that out. But I think that's why I always explained throughout this process, I need to take every match as an information. I need to figure it out. I need to understand why it's going on. And again, I got a lot of information from Paris. I feel like I got a lot of information also from Geneva and Doha in particular. And then changing surfaces is not easy. Of course, I know that Felix is a great player, and like I said, he was better today, and I would have maybe lost anyhow. But it's a tough court to play on, So it makes me really happy looking back how grateful I can be about how well it's gone here in Halle, and how difficult it is to win here. But at the same time, it's important now for me to take the right decisions moving forward for Wimbledon and for the rest of the season, because this type of third set I cannot accept. The first two totally okay, no problem there. But look, I guess it happens, and it's all good from my side.
Thanks, Roger.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. See you. Take care.